Hey there, it's another week, another video here. So where are we going to this time? Well, obviously we're going somewhere because I'm sitting here in my car. So today we are off to Denton, Texas, to an old bridge that locals say is haunted. So we're going to go check it out, and I'm bringing you along with me. So let's go.
November 15th, 1967. Police discover an abandoned car beside Old Alton Bridge, 5 miles south of Denton, Texas. A rash of mysterious disappearances are becoming alarmingly routine on a chilling stretch of road that is known by locals as the Goatmans Bridge.
So here we are. We've made it to our destination right here in good old Denton, Texas. And as you can see, I'm showing you some graffiti. Probably wondering why. Yeah, that's the new bridge that opened in the early 2000s that crosses over this riverbank right here. But the real reason we're here, probably Denton's most famous bridge. I don't know. It could be its only bridge that I'm not really entirely sure. So we're here at the old Alton Bridge here in Denton, Texas. Well, probably wondering where it's at. It's up this road a little bit here. It's basically a hiking trail. You gotta hike this trail to get up to it. As you can see, it's a bit of a dreary day, so a little muddy, little mud here. There's a few people out here on the trail. Some people have brought some kayaks. It's a good kayaking river, so there goes a guy right there. But yeah, this is the old Alton Bridge, otherwise known as the Goatmans Bridge. Why is it called the Goatmans Bridge? Well, I'll get into that in just a minute, but right here, yeah. So the old Goatmans Bridge is still standing. It's obviously a National Register here. So, yeah, it's local lore goes. It's a haunted bridge. It's they've had some ghost adventures. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was trying not to step in this mud puddle here. Ghost Adventures was out here, I don't know, I think a few years ago to do an episode on the bridge itself. Yeah, there's a lot of activity, according to local legend, around the bridge. There it is right there. But yeah, it's a dreary day out here. My kind of weather, actually. It's a perfect day for something like this. Let's make our way up here and see what we can see. Anyway, the bridge itself, a little bit of history on it. It was built in 1884, basically as a busy thoroughfare to get over the river down below. Look at that. Yeah, there's somebody down there getting ready to go in the water and do a little kayaking. From what I've seen, based on my research on the bridge, this is a big spring summer destination. There's people up and down with their kayaks. There's some doing it right now, but it's even more crowded in the summer and spring. Yep, there it is right there. Old Alton Bridge. So yep, 1884. Sorry for all the noise. That's the traffic out there in the background. You can see the roadway. It's literally right by the bridge itself. And you can see there's people down there just kayaking, fishing, kayaking. So yeah, it's a interesting place. There's a lot of graffiti here. You can tell. Let me go over here. We'll see if we can see under the bridge here in a minute. I'll get to the other side and go down on land. There's a lot of activity down there as well, but so I just did a complete walkover of the bridge just to kind of get an idea. Yeah, there's graffiti all over. There's some interesting things marked on this bridge, but we'll go through that here and take a look here. I just wanted to get a quick walkthrough of some of these graffiti art that's been painted on here. Very interesting stuff.
Constructed in 1884, the bridge connected Louisville to Alton. The turn of the century brought a black goat farmer and his family to a residence just north of the bridge, and a few short years later, Oscar Washburn was known as a dependable, honest businessman. North Texans endearingly began to call him the Goatman. But the success of a black man was still unwelcome, and Klansmen and the local government turned to violence after he displayed a sign on Alton Bridge, "This way to the Goatmans." One night in August 1938, with their headlights off, the Klansmen crossed the bridge, dragged the Goatman from his family, and lynched him over the side. Peering over into the water, his murderers saw a rope, but not his body.
So anyway, I came down here just to kind of get a little overview of the woods. There's some hiking trails and stuff back here too, so there's a few people hiking, some fishing right over that way. Anyway, a brief history of the bridge behind me. Like I said, it was built in 1884, and it was the main thoroughfare over this river right here. So why is it called the Goatmans Bridge? Well, according to circulated legend, and now there's no real documentation of this, this is kind of local folklore, and this is what's made its way through the ears of and mouths of many people over the decades. But it's about an African-American man named Oscar Washburn. He and his family nearby had a farm, basically was a goat herder. And the only way to get to his farm was over this bridge right here. But hey man, the Oscar had some good quality meat, milk, cheese, everything from this goat. So what really happened to him, he posted a sign on this bridge back here, on the old Alton Bridge, that said, "This way to the Goatman." Well, the local Ku Klux Klan had a problem with that. They plotted violence against Oscar. So what happened on a dark night in the late 30s, a lynch mob of KKK people went to Oscar's shack, dragged him out screaming. So what they had waiting for him on this bridge was a noose. So once they dragged him out of his shack screaming, they brought him here to this bridge to hang him. So what they did, they put the noose around his neck and then threw him right off the bridge. They threw him right over the side. It's starting to rain a little bit. Not too bad though. But what happened was, when the members of the KKK went down to see his hanging body, his body was gone. It wasn't hanging there anymore. All it was there was an empty noose. Never knew what happened to him. No trace. Nothing at all. He was just vanished.
Since the disappearance of the Goatman, there have been many strange sightings on and near Old Alton Bridge. Some say his spirit still haunts these woods. Locals tell the story and follow it with a warning. Those who cross the bridge with no headlights will be met on the other side by the Goatman. After numerous abandoned vehicles and missing persons, a new bridge was constructed directly downstream. But Old Alton Bridge, the Goatmans Bridge, remains still open to foot traffic. It is under surveillance by the paranormal investigators of North Texas and the Denton County Paranormal Investigators. Oscar Washburn was never seen again and has been presumed dead since his attempted murder.
So once the Klansmen realized he was gone, they were frantic. They went to his home, his shack, murdered his family, and then set the shack on fire in hopes of baiting Oscar out if he was out there hiding somewhere. But to no avail, he was gone, just vanished. So local legends say, what happens on this bridge? If you come here and knock on the steel rails 3 times, or if you come out here and honk your car and turn off your lights, you'll see something. It's supposed to summon the Goatman. Now, I'm not going to test that theory. I'm not going to First of all, you can't get your car out here anymore anyway. There's no, it's impossible. And I'm sure as heck not coming out here at midnight knocking on those steel rails. So, you know, if the local legend is true, I'm not testing that theory one bit. There's also been people that come out here and do that, knock on the steel beams. They say they also see red eyes out in the darkness, so that's another good indicator. Yeah. Sorry, not my cup of tea. I don't usually like to test those theories out here, not at midnight. So anyway, there's been, yeah, terrifying encounters out here. There's been reported vanishings. Paranormal groups have been out here. Like I mentioned, Ghost Adventures was out here a few years ago doing a piece on this bridge. But anyway, you know, I'm sure there's more than one version of that whole Goatman story going around. You know, this is just the one I read about, I researched about. But some attribute the hauntings of this bridge not to Oscar Washburn, but to the numerous Satanists who have come out here. And when I go back up into the bridge, I'll show you some of that graffiti, but there's a couple pentagrams out there. So they say some of the Satanists that have come out here, they've done sacrifices, and that may have opened up a portal. And, you know, others say that the Goatman's wife is also the one out here haunting the bridge. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, whichever you want to believe, if you want to believe it's haunted at all. I just came across a sign here on one of the trails. Yeah, it looks like something out of a horror movie, if you ask me. Don't go down that trail. So, like I mentioned before, a lot of those satanic rituals happened out in these woods, but some also happened under this bridge. And according to some reports, they still happen every once in a while, mostly on Halloween. But you can see some of the graffiti that goes on, or that's painted down here. I had to climb down here to kind of get a better view. But yeah, look at this. This is insane. There was one of the reports I read, there was a local pet store that was nearby that shut down because people were going in there buying cats to bring them out here as sacrifice. So yeah, I did also read too, this area is heavily policed, especially at Halloween, because you do get a lot of people out here just to come see the legend and just to make sure nothing funny's going on as far as anything, you know, sacrificial, because it's happened before. A big hole in the ground, I'm not sure what that's for. Yeah. So we'll make our way back up to well, let's see what this is. Just more. So there's one right there. You'll find them all over. You just gotta look for it. See, somebody spray painted a pentagram over there on the side. You'll see a few of them up on the bridge. We're gonna make our way back up there and I'll show you some of the graffiti art. So I just got back up here on the bridge. I was gonna show you some of the graffiti art, but I happened to look down and saw this, let's see if I can get it. Let's see, where is it? Here, hang on. Right down the tree. Yeah, I just happened to look down and saw that pentagram spray painted on the tree there. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up. We've pretty much made our way all around the bridge and trekked out in the woods a little bit. It's muddy, it's dreary, and it's a little creepy out here. But before we do, I'm going to take you traverse across this bridge here and show you some of the graffiti that's been spray painted on here. So yeah, it's very interesting. Maybe some offensive words on there, so just FYI, Just letting you know ahead of time. So let's make the trek back across this bridge. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of this interesting graffiti that's been spray painted on this bridge over the years. Just to let you know too, as we're going across this bridge, you know, there's been accounts of people actually being attacked on this bridge, and they all claim it's a half man, half goat demon. What I read too, at least one of the persons who visited this bridge with a friend claimed they heard a growling voice. Then after the witness ran away, their friend who remained on this Goatman's Bridge appeared to be dragged to the edge and thrown into the river by an unknown entity. So yeah, just FYI, if you ever plan to come out here, I probably wouldn't do it at night if you're easily afraid. Your mind may be out here playing tricks on you. So look at that. Look at that. Hey, love is love. All right, well, that's pretty nice. That's nice. Let's see what we got here. A picture of a pig. Pig, goat, not really the same. This is not the Pigman. I'm sure there's a Pigman's Bridge somewhere in the U.S. or around anywhere in the world, but not here. This is all about goats. I'll try not to talk so much, that way you can hear the any sounds of the area, you know, besides the passing cars on that road behind me. It's a little bit busy. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there's one of the pentagrams. It's been spray painted on the bridge here. Like I said, if you want to come out here and knock on these iron rails 3 times, see if anything gets summoned, that's entirely up to you. I am not testing that theory. D's Nuts was here. Good to see he's making the rounds. There's another pentagram. Yeah, you see those kind of spray painted around this area, not just on the bridge itself. Well, there you have it. That's the old Alton Bridge, otherwise known as Goatmans Bridge. Like I said, if you it's up to you if you believe the legend of it or not. Some people do, some people don't believe in that stuff. I happen to believe in it. I don't usually, go testing these theories out, so or provoke any spirits. I'm not into that. But anyway, haunted or not, it's an interesting bridge. It's good to come out here. Like I said, it'd be a great place to come in the spring, summertime. When the leaves are blooming, there's lots of flowers and stuff out here. The hiking trails are nice. Like I said, I didn't go too far back there. It was really no point. Besides, it's been raining and it's a little bit muddy. Little muddy here. But anyway, like I said, haunted or not, this place remains a curiosity for tourists, and people come from all over to see it. I met a couple a few minutes ago that came out here. So we chatted a little bit and then traded some facts, and that was nice. So anyway, that's it. This is the old Altman. Sorry, I'm parched. I'm thirsty. This is the old Alton Bridge, aka the Goatmans Bridge, and I'm going home. So we'll do this again soon. See ya. Now check this out. On the way off the bridge here, down the trail back to the car, I saw these tree branches. They're kind of interesting, spray painted. Actually, really colorful.